We'll have a quick rapid fire. I have some questions for you, so which you have to answer in a minute.
Sure.
Right? So, which is your favorite tech tool at the moment?
At the moment, Big Shift is a platform which is owned by Naukri.
Okay.
That's my favorite tool. They are a sourcing platform, but the way they are looking to solve sourcing is very much closer to the way I would like to solve it.
Okay.
And I was blown away when I have seen that product. I have seen so many tech sourcing tool products so far, and I didn't like any of them because most of the sourcing tools, they buy large amount of data of LinkedIn from a lot of data providers. They apply machine learning on top of it and they give it to recruiters. So as a recruiter, you have to put your search and everything and then get it. They are nothing but a search layer on top of LinkedIn data.
Got it.
But what Big Shift has done is totally amazing. They're focusing on a small chunk of data and they have recruiters in their background who do validation of that data by reaching out to these candidates.
Great, huh?
And then add context to that data. So they are amazing as a platform because they're adding context. Rest of the tools are just data tools.
Data tools.
I generally say in the era of AI, right, we say data is a gold mine. I say data is just a mine, context is gold.
Gold. Great.
Most of the tools are going behind data, but they are not going behind context. Big Shift is making a difference by focusing on context. So that's why I really like them as a tool.
Great. So how should recruiters build personal brand?
In the era of AI, I think if recruiters have to focus on something, then it has to be on their personal branding. Right? So one of the ways how you could build personal brand today is just go out, start writing.
Great.
Today people are like, recruiters are afraid what to write, how to write.
Yeah.
I generally say recruiters have the best and the most of the stories. Why? Because in a given month, you talk with at least 70, 80 candidates.
Yeah, you read so many profiles.
You read so many resumes.
Yes.
Right? You might have found a funny name of a candidate.
Correct.
That's a story.
Correct.
Right? You must have read a resume. Right? That day I read a resume of a candidate who by mistake uploaded a code document.
Okay.
That's a story, right? I'm not a recruiter. I did it for some purpose, right? I don't source as how recruiters do it.
Right.
So as a recruiter, you have so many stories.
Right.
You talk to 80, 90 candidates in a month. There can be some stories. You talk to hiring managers. There can be stories. Right? You have stories of recruiters giving you reasons why they are not attending interview.
Correct.
My dog fell sick. My so-and-so passed away or whatever, right? So there is so much stories around you.
Right.
There's so much experiences around you. And you would have created an impact. Let's say now there are a lot of good recruiters in every organization who win a lot of quarterly awards and all.
Correct.
That. So they are winning for a reason, right? They would have done something.
Yeah.
Talk, how did you do it?
Yeah.
So you have so many stories. You start with that first and come out of your inhibition, right? There's so much enough stories. You start with that and slowly you will find your way. So that's I think the stepping stone for recruiters
Personal
to
brand.
start their personal brand.
Great, great. How do you write content every day on LinkedIn so that it is more effective, it is more attractive, and somebody who's reading it feels like, okay, what's next blog from Ashfaq?
Okay, in my case, I would not want recruiters to compare with me in terms of writing content because my case is fairly different because when people ask me where did I get trained from, I tell people I've had 10,000 odd trainers for me. Meaning those many people have trained.
You have trained, you have learned indeed from them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So why recruiters should not look forward to me the way I write content is because I don't really write content. Since I train recruiters every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I do 4 to 5 sessions talking to at least 80 recruiters. So that means every weekend I have enough stories, enough Q&A, problem statements about recruitment. That becomes my content for the week. So I need not spend extra time for content creation per se. So that's where I'm not the right comparison because I'm blessed by being a trainer in a way. And I'm thankful to the recruiters out there, whoever come forward and put questions.
Right.
That's a story to me.
Correct, correct. Great. So how can recruiters improve storytelling skills?
Yeah, storytelling is $1 million skill, right? And if you look at today, even leadership folks, VP, CXOs, are spending money to learn storytelling.
Correct.
Right. On a lighter note, if I have to tell you how to figure out storytelling, I would tell you watch stand-up comedies. Right. Watch different styles of how stand-up comedians are going about. I once saw Comic Stan, which is something I think was there in Amazon Prime or Netflix, I don't know. It was about budding stand-up comedians who came and they were given on-spot topics to come up with.
Okay.
So there you can see how they are coming up with their observational skills. They have to make a comedy on their water bottle, right? And they'll do it sponto. So there you can think at their thinking style of how they are coming up with a quick story or a narration.
That's important, yeah.
Right? So once you start knowing it, what will happen? By the way, I need to tell that storytelling is not faking. Okay.
Correct.
So why you need to observe this? Because there is so much stories happens around you. It is just that we don't know how to grasp it and put it out.
Correct.
By watching these things, you will know that how these stand-up comedians are having such strong observational skills. And that's the foundation for storytelling. So that's how I think recruiters need to build it. I think watch stand-up comedians or watch anyone who is a good observer and is able to come up with things quickly, because that's the skill you need in storytelling.
Storytelling. Great. So what are some skills of a good TA leader?
Okay, let me be specific here of TA leaders mostly in the corporates, right, where they have to deal with business and stuff. I would say best TA leader is someone who knows how to balance the business and their teams. Because unfortunately, in our industry, a good majority of leaders do not know how to set expectations with their businesses. They do not know how to go back and convince their businesses. Rather, they just say yes to everything from the leader and use their team as punching bags.
Correct.
That's very unfortunate. So for me, a best leader is someone who can balance the business and the team and go talk to the business saying, see, they need to stand for the team.
Right.
And maintain that right balance. So any leader who can do that, according to me, has pretty good skill as a leader to balance that act between the business and the team.